Somewhere beneath the Atlantic Ocean, there may be a missing nuclear bomb. Not a movie prop, not a test device, a real nuclear weapon. And nobody knows exactly where it is. That sounds impossible. How do you lose a nuclear bomb? More importantly, how do you lose one and never find it again? Because this isn't a conspiracy theory, it isn't a rumor, and it isn't classified. The United States military really did lose a nuclear bomb. In fact, the strangest part isn't that America lost a nuclear bomb. It's that this wasn't the only one. To understand what happened, we need to go back to 1958. The Cold War was in full swing. America and the Soviet Union were preparing for the worst. Nuclear weapons were everywhere. Bombers carried them. Bases stored them. Military exercises involved them. The world was living under the shadow of nuclear war. Then one night, something went terribly wrong. A B-47 bomber was flying a routine training mission. On board was a Mark 15 nuclear bomb. The aircraft wasn't headed into battle. Nothing unusual was expected. But high above the southeastern United States, another military aircraft entered its path. In the darkness, the two aircraft collided. The impact was violent. Metal tore apart. Alarm sounded, and suddenly, the crew found themselves facing a nightmare. The bomber was badly damaged. But that wasn't the biggest problem. The biggest problem was still sitting inside the aircraft. A nuclear bomb. The pilots knew they needed to land. Fast. But every minute in the air increased the risk. The aircraft was damaged, heavy, unstable. And if things got worse, the consequences could be unimaginable. So the crew made a decision that would create one of the strangest mysteries in American history. They dropped the bomb into the Atlantic Ocean. Imagine watching that happen. One of the most powerful weapons on Earth, falling through the darkness, disappearing into the ocean below. Gone. Just like that. The bomber eventually landed safely. But now America had a new problem. Somewhere beneath the ocean, a nuclear bomb was missing. The military responded immediately. Ships were dispatched. Aircraft searched from above. Divers entered the water. Everyone expected the same outcome. The bomb would be found. After all, how hard could it be to locate something that large? Days passed. Nothing. Weeks passed. Still nothing. Search teams scanned the ocean again, and again, and again. But the Atlantic kept it secret. Then came the moment nobody expected. The search was terminated. The bomb was officially declared lost. Lost. Think about that. A nuclear bomb. Lost. By one of the most powerful militaries in human history. And that's where the story should have ended. But it didn't, because over the decades that followed, people kept searching. Researchers, treasure hunters, historians, private investigators. Every few years, someone would claim they had found it. A strange sonar signal, an unusual object, a promising lead. For a moment, excitement would explode. Had the mystery finally been solved? Then the evidence would collapse, and the bomb would disappear again. Some experts believe it's still sitting on the ocean floor, exactly where it landed. Others believe it was buried beneath decades of sediment, hidden deeper every year. Almost impossible to find. And then there's another question. One that nobody can answer with complete certainty. What if the bomb isn't where everyone thinks it is? What if the search area was wrong from the beginning? What if people have spent decades looking in the wrong place? Today, more than 60 years later, the mystery remains unsolved. Somewhere beneath the Atlantic Ocean, there may still be a nuclear bomb, unseen, untouched. Waiting? The ocean keeps its secrets well. And this may be one of its greatest. Because even now, nobody can answer the question that started it all. Where is it?